Ms. Edith Regalado will ask a series of questions.
Sir, good afternoon. Welcome home po.
Salamat.
Sir, on the trip to Russia first. So, do we expect in the next following months more Russians coming to the Philippines doing business and more Filipinos doing business in terms of sending goods there and even labor agreement that we
Well, I do not think that it could come that early. But for exploratory visits on both sides, I think there will be enough activity to generate uh, much interest in both countries. Pero hindi ganon kadali. But we have signed so many agreements. We will make a comprehensive report of our visit, but only after I shall have talked to the cabinet, which is, I think, on Friday. It's coming Friday.
Yes, sir. Sir, second question po. If ano na. I hope you don't mind my asking you this
No,
question. Before you, even in a forum in Russia, in Moscow, you said about, or was it in Sochi? You said about two generals still tinkering in, in the drug trade, and then you talk about also before you left, you said that the 13 so-called ninja cops, their fate would be this if Secretary Anyo would finish the investigation also. But my question is this, sir. Between yung umalis ka hanggang dumating ka, yung certain Lieutenant Colonel Baluyo nasa National Bilibid Prison na po. The leader of the so-called ninja cops, sir.
Alam mo, I must admit my ignorance actually. Yung ranggo kasi nung nauso yung sup-sup, superintendent, tapos kung ano-anong. Kaya sa panahon ko sabi ko, bumalik kayo doon sa police colonel, police major, police lieutenant, kasi pati lahat ng tao nalilito yung sup-sup na yan. Superintendent pala yan eh. Sa Bisaya yung sup-sup, sucking, ice drop. Walang generals doon. Medyo mga dalawang
Colonel?
walang generals. I'm sure of that. Sucking report
Yeah.
na dumating sa akin, wala.
Okay.
Para Colonel, I think,
Colonel.
nalilito kasi ako dyan sa superintendent na yan, kasi ang alam ko ng superintendent, yung superintendent ng eskwelahan.
DepEd.
Totoo. That's quite confusing. I hope that the PNP should realize that kung bago bago na naman yung sila pula po sa isang batch na bagong PNP chief, nakaganon. Tapos may bagong NP chief, bago na naman ang batch, nakaganon. Halos na lang, ganunin nila pula po yung stop it. We're comfortable with the ways of the old. Do not introduce unnecessary changes. Nakakakalito yung tao. Pati ako, nalilito eh. Kung isang basa mo lang gano'n, hindi mo talagang basahin. Pero walang generals. Yung na-publish na, yun na yun. Now, procedurally ganito yan. I cannot adapt the investigation of Congress as the work of the executive department. Kailangan ko na i-review yan, tapos kung tama lahat, edi i-adapt ko. But then, there must be a process. It has to undergo the procedural due process. Ang opisina ko, Office of the President, wala akong 2-3 tao lang. Ang Office of the President functions to the cabinet members. Yung PNP is under Secretary Anyo of the DILG. He has to conduct the investigation, give the proper importance of the work of Congress in the matter of the investigation of the so-called ninja camps. then he must uh, report to me now on what to do on his recommendation. And if I approve it, that's it.
So including the case of Baluyo, sir, who is now held in detention who is now detained in the National Bilibid Prison, the leader of the said 13 Ninja Cops, sir.
Well, that is his problem, not mine. Eh, pumasok ka dyan, mabutit buhay pa siya. Gago pa siya. No?
Thank you, sir.
Oh. Problema niya yan. There are laws, then he can always seek sanctuary in our law. There is always a relief somewhere. Pero kung sabihin mo na ako pa ang mag-isip para sa kanya, sorry, it's not my job.
Mr. Ian Cruz of GMA 7.
Hi sir, good afternoon. Sir, nabanggit po ni Senator Gordon, dapat daw i-consider ni General Albayalde na po na mag-resign, and si Senator Drilon sabi po dapat mag-retire na si General Albayalde. Ano pong take mo?
Alam mo kasi, I said, I am the executive, so I execute the laws. We will study, Secretary Anyo will study the matter very carefully. We have to, the presumption. Eh, kung yung kriminal, binibigyan mo ng presumption of innocence, Bayalde is the PNP chief. Wala pa naman, give me a clear proof na talagang he was there on the take or was in the trafficking of drugs. Pero just because he was the tapos may tinawagan sa, I don't know if lumabas yan. Pero nasa labas ako eh. I could not just do it in a knee-jerk. I have to follow procedural due process. And allow him time to answer. The right to be heard. It's given to the criminals, to the kidnappers. It should be given to a general of the Philippine National. Because under the laws, we're all equal. Yan na lang ang masabi ko. But it is now the burden of Secretary Anyo to investigate at ipapasa niya sa akin. I approve or disapprove with finality once it reaches my office.
Sir, may trust and confidence ka pa rin kay General Albayalde?
Well, that he's still there. Otherwise, I would have, just would have told him to just go out. Wala pa naman. Just give me a proof. Kasi abogado ako eh. There is a legal maximum which we have to follow. Guilt is personal. Yan ang problema. That is why you have to hear before you condemn. Because guilt, I said, is personal. It cannot be transferred from the lowest to the highest ranking or the highest ranking to the lowest. Unless there is a conspiracy, which then the rule applicable is the act of one is the act of all. Tayo ko muna si Secretary Anyo. He's there, he's here. He's a former, was a chief of staff, and I know that he knows his business.
Mr. President, mag-retire na po si General Albayalde by November. May next chief PNP na po kayo nasa mind nyo?
Not yet. Yan ang mahirap. We have to, we call it vet. I have to consult everybody. Maya-maya madapa na naman, tapos ako ang karoon ng problema.
Sir, sa Russia may mga nakausap po kayo tungkol sa oil and gas. Sa
Yes,
West Philippine Sea
yes.
po ba ito pinag-usapan nyo?
There are a lot of things that are discussed about energy. Hintayin na lang ninyo yung final report after the cabinet meeting. I need to hear everybody in the cabinet.
may pinapatanong po yung mga Japanese media. Will you attend the inauguration of new Japanese Emperor and Empress this month in Tokyo?
You know, Japan has, well, one of the countries na talagang tumutulong sa atin. Nauna pa. And just my personal feeling, my sentiment, that I should be there. Even just for half a day or, but very lean. No, total, ako lang rin siguro ni-imbita. Hindi na magdala ng maraming tao. There's nothing to discuss there except to be a witness to the enrollment of the new emperor.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Hermelina Lacorte of Inquirer.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, let me ask you about one of the agreement that was signed in Russia, the memorandum of intent to explore nuclear possibility of setting up nuclear power plants in the Philippines. I'd
The-
like to know, sir,
The
if
Constitution does not, would not like it. It is
Okay.
prohibited.
okay, sir, but one of the agreements, sir, was the
No.
memorandum of intent
That-
to explore.
That is why I have to talk to the cabinet.
Okay.
I cannot affirm or deny that because that's part of the proposals.
Okay.
The hard line would come after I shall have consulted with everybody
Yeah.
concerned, including people of the industry affected. If it's food, if it's agriculture, if it is energy, then Secretary Cosi, who was not with us.
Yes, so sir, will this be undertaken by private or government to government, or will there be private companies who will
Which
be
is
involved?
favorable to government interest should be the one adopted by us.
Last na lang, sir, last.
Sige lang.
Why is it that we are so keen on nuclear power? Why can't we, for example, follow other countries who are now exploring the possibility of large-scale solar and other renewable energy? Why is it that we're going into nuclear power?
Well, if that, you know, solar is very expensive. And it is not a guarantee that it will solve our needs. That our needs can be met by this kind of arrangement. Eh kung kaya lang, di matagal na natin ginawa yan. But I said I will decide what is to the best interest of the country. That is the number one rule there. Profit, I think that's second. Or in whose favor, in what company, that will come last. Public interest must be the rule of the day.
So, sir, when will be the cabinet meeting to explore, to discuss the this MOU?
It is an ongoing thing. If I need the consent of Congress, that is why I said I have to consult the cabinet and the Secretary of Justice. Because if there is something in that agreement that would require the consent of Congress, then you have to go to Congress and argue your case before that body.
Thank you, sir.
It was just a broad outline, nothing specific yet.
Miss Julian Suarez of Mindanao Times.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. You have practically doubled the salary of the soldiers and the policemen with the call of the teachers, especially during Teachers' Day, to have their salary increase. Will you be able to grant it soon?
Ma'am, I'm very sorry. Talagang Hindi ko marinig kasi yung aeroplano may butas ata.
Yes, Mr. President.
Labas-pasok yung hangin sa loob.
My question is about the request of teachers for the salary hike. You have doubled the salary of the soldiers and the policemen. Will you also increase the...
It's coming. Ang increases nila.
Opo. So,
But hindi double, but mas marami ang teacher. My God. Pero nandyan po, dadating yan this year.
kung hindi po doubled, at what rate po kaya yung increase?
I think it's about, the last time they were discussing was about 35, but it could be more. I do not know. We still have to have it.
When will they, ano po bang expected timeline for that to be tackled?
You know, government is such a very complex animal. And you cannot just, if I give you the timeline, tapos I could not make it on the deadline, I have to explain more than what is expected of government. Mas mabuti na lang yan kung nandyan na, sinasabi ko, nandyan yan. Basta sinabi ko, may increases sila.
Thank you.
That I'm very sure of.
Thank you, sir.
Colonel Tokmo, ABS-CBN.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Sir, when you met the Filipino community in Moscow, Russia last night, you promised a thorough investigation of the alleged ninja cops. So how will you go after this policeman involved in drug recycling, sir?
I'm sure the Secretary of the DILG, General Anyos here, he will tell me what to do.
So hindi lang po ba yung nangyari sa Pampanga, sir, but also baka may mga ganitong incidents din?
I said, once it reaches the table of Secretary Anyos, I am very sure he would know what to do.
Sir,
At saka totoo lang. May I just also interrupt you by saying, totoo yan. Hindi lang Maynila. Marami rin, pati dito eh.
sir, regarding the DILG mandate to clear the sidewalks and illegal structures, sir, may message po ba kayo sa mga local governments who fail to intensify their clearing operations and paggiba ng mga illegal structures sa mga sidewalks?
Well, that is primarily the task actually. It is not mine would just be a reminder. Pero karamihan yan is governed by ordinances actually. So yung clearing markets and all, that is best left to the administration by the local government.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Ruth Palo of Mindanao Daily Mirror.
Hello, sir. We haven't you here commenting about the recent hazing incident in the Philippine Military Academy, which resulted to the death of a cadet dormitory. Sir, what's your thought about it, President?
Sandali, ma'am, ha? Talaga nabungo na.
Hazing victim.
Incident, sir.
What's your take on the hazing victim, dormitory?
Dormitory.
The name of the hazing
Cadet
victim is
Dormitorio.
Dormitorio. That's the family name, Mr. President.
I must confess yung namatay,
Yes, sir.
yung sa PMA,
Opo.
I am sure that it will be investigated as it is now being investigated by the police and the armed forces of the Philippines. Administratively, it belongs now to the armed forces of the Philippines. Criminally, it goes to the prosecutors, the fiscals assigned that. Criminal cases are jurisdictional. The police there are the only ones allowed to investigate unless there is an intervention. You direct the NBI or I direct the CIDG to do it. But everything is working. Wala naman akong duda na there is no reason to doubt the integrity of the mechanisms set forth now.
Sir, merong pinapatulang president yung Daily Shimbun, Japanese media. Is from Daily Manila Shimbun. I would like to ask him, Japanese descendant issue some 1,002nd generation Japanese, Filipino, in Davao and nationwide who were born before and during war don't have any nationality. Their rights are limited and suffering difficulty to live. Could you tell me if you are willing to assist them from Philippine side and will you negotiate with Japanese?
I'm really ignorant about it. I don't even know what's the topic about. About citizenship.
Yes, sir.
Those born of Japanese fathers and Filipino mothers. Of course, they're all Filipinos. Those ang nanay, those mother are citizens of the Philippines. So, pero dito, it becomes a fait accompli. Maski sino ang tatay mo, nanay mo Pilipino, I will embrace you. Kasi Pilipino, bakit papahirapan ko yung tao? I'm sure there are a lot of them. Davao City has the most number of Japanese descended Filipinos. It used to be the territory of the Japanese long before, earlier, long before the Second World War.
Thank you, sir.
No more question? Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, members of the press.
Salamat
We're done
po.
with the press conference.